Angie, and today I would like to talk to you about two types of omegas, omega-3 and omega-6, and actually their essential fat balance of these two. So, to let you know, increasing the intake of omega-3 is probably the simplest thing you could do to improve your overall health. And as you know, again, there is so many conventional wisdoms that people follow nowadays, but they are not true. And you really sometimes don't even bother, to check if it is true or not. So for example, one of the conventional wisdoms says that the egg whites are healthier than the egg yolk, and you're not supposed to eat a lot of egg yolks at all, but that's not true. And there has been a study which included two groups of people. One consumed the egg substitutes and the other group consumed the whole eggs for a certain amount of time, and at the end of trial, the group that ate the whole egg, this group had lower levels of cholesterol, blood sugar, and insulin. So this is actually the answer. You're supposed to consume a whole egg. So the body needs the balance of two types of omegas, the essential fats, anti-inflammatory omega-3, and the pro-inflammatory omega-6. In the time of the cavemen, the ratio between these two was 2:1 or 1:2. But I don't want to shock you right now. The American diet and the people who consume American diet, they have this ratio as 20:1. And this is really shocking because it is highly pro-inflammatory, and it leads to diabetes, arthritis, heart disease, cancer, weight gain, of course. But there is several things that contribute to this imbalance, and I will help you to do 3 healthy choices which will help you, to increase the intake of omega-3 in your diet. So let's go. Number 1 is inflammatory oils, which we see all over the place nowadays. The vegetable oils, such as corn oil and canola oil, they are erroneously considered to be a healthier oils for cooking. And, they are abundant in processed and fast foods, and you can find them all over the place. If you take something, from the shelf in the store and you read the ingredients, you will find the canola oil in there, and there is nothing you could do. It's all over the place. They are loaded with pro-inflammatory omega-6. So if you're consuming a lot of processed food, packed food, and you cook with canola oil, you get too much of omega-6. So there is a solution. First of all, you have to avoid persistent fast foods, which are, again, packed with omega-6. You have to cook with healthy oils, and that withstand the high heat. Usually, you cook with the high heat, such as coconut oil, red palm oil, and rice oil, the rice bran oils. You could dress salads using olive oil, the extra virgin olive oil, and a little bit of flaxseed oil. And these is also good to add those after cooking as well, because it will really keep all the beneficial ingredients in it. So that's basically what you do. So you switch from corn and canola oil to the good ones, and you add the oils such as flaxseed and olive oil after cooking and using only in their salad dressings. So number 2 is the inflamed meat. This conventional, commercial animal feed is made mostly from corn rather than the grasses that animals actually are supposed to eat. And it means that this meat that you find, it is again loaded with omega-6, and it contains so much of it that it's better not to eat it. You have to find the meat from a good source, which was grass-fed and pasture-raised, and of course it's supposed to be either organic if it's possible, whatever they put in the package. But mostly when you buy meat, they don't say organic. It just says that it is checked by U.S. Department of Agriculture, and then it was grass or pasture raised. So basically that's the solution. You have to try to eat grass-fed meats only. If you don't have an opportunity to buy it or find it, I would strongly recommend you not to eat it at all. So number 3 is the inflammatory fish. Unfortunately, this salmon that sometimes you buy in the store and thinking, hey, I'm going to get so healthy tonight at dinner, sometimes it doesn't happen, because most of the salmon is farm raised, and this is not a good thing. It's also fed with, things that the salmon is supposed to eat in the wild world. Plus, when the salmon is farm raised, it doesn't have all those cold water and stones which the fish actually sees and it experiences, like, you know, the nature flow. It doesn't have it, so it's basically lazy, and that's why the color of the fish sometimes with the farm raised, it's like lightly pink. It's not this bright color, so they're adding the colors to the food with the which salmon is, and this way it becomes, you know, like the natural color. So basically they sometimes they even fed with corn as well, which again means that it is just loaded with omega-6 fats. So there is a solution. You have to find again only wild caught salmon, and of course either fish which is high in omega-3 fats, and you have to cook your fish on low heat. Poached or steamed is actually the best way. So again, the salmon is loaded with omega-3s, but if you buy the farm raised, that doesn't happen at all. And another thing that you should be again, like, aware of is inflamed carbohydrates. Why? Because too many grains actually and too much sugar, which you can find in those commercial cereals in the store, they raise the levels of chronic inflammation. They increase again the levels of omega-6, and you know, if your diet already lacks the the normal amounts of omega-3, then you have a problem. So there is a solution. You have to replace the grains and sugar in your diet with non-stretchy and like above ground vegetables, because they normally contain less sugar, such as apples or berries. And of course you have to lots of salad, and there is a wonderful thing you can add to your diet, which is a flaxseed. And that's about it. So try to replace and find a healthy solution for you, so you switch from the inflammation to a healthier you. I hope you like this video and these tips are really helpful. If you have any questions, please ask me. Subscribe to the channel, and I wish you just all the best.